Hey there, in First Alert, Chief Meteorologist Scott Padgett. We are still looking at storms. This is our CBS News Texas storm chaser Jason McLaughlin shots. You notice there a lot of the roadways relatively quiet and dry, and the reason is as he was tracking these storms and we come to our First Alert radar, you can see that there he is. We're able to see between Decatur and the Bridgeport area. I thought he was in the Jacksboro area, but Decatur to Bridgeport area, he's making its way back to the west to Jacksboro. The storms have made their way to the east and now are continuing to move their way into parts of the Metroplex in Denton County, stretching our way down to parts also of there in northwest sides of Tarrant County. So these are just storms, and you notice there's no lightning being reported. So all of this is weakening. Some heavy rain as it's moving through. You can see heavy rain from Azle down to near Willow Park to the east of Weatherford. All of this is making its way from west to east, and you're able to look at some of the strongest winds on our First Alert radar near Pelican Bay to near Azle. So yeah, they're weak on our scale here, but still some gusty winds are the biggest threat over the next few hours as these storms continue to come down. You notice a little bit of a brighter green indicating maybe slightly stronger winds to the southwest of Denton, just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and zoom our way down just a little bit more as you were doing, Jeff, to see that there, just east of Ponder, there again, FM 2449, maybe some of that heavier rain moving through. It is still west of 35 and west of Eagle Drive as these storms move in. We're going to advance on, and you can see right now with our CBS News Texas C-band radar, these winds are starting to kind of continue to move their way in. And you notice right there, those winds are weakening, continue to come down to the surface, so maybe some more gusty winds. This is where our radar site is there, just near Willow Park. So those winds continue to push their way from west to east. A lot of these strongest winds continue to come down even more as we go through the night. So this is our radar able to pick up on that as they're making their way from the northwest down to the southeast. So that's been the concern as we're going through the night. So tonight, the weather alert has been the potential of strong to severe storms, now just strong storms possible. Greatest threat, some damaging wind gusts still maybe as these storms weaken. First Alert Futurecast showing that by about now through about midnight, continuing through the east sides of the Metroplex. This forecast model a little bit faster than what's happening right now, but going into about midnight, 1, a lot of the activity shifting east. And then we are going to be seeing this marginal risk of severe storms pretty much on out of there for us. That was the threat as we went through the day. But this is the other story, our wind advisory. We have winds gusting up to 40 to 50 miles per hour possible until 2 o'clock in the morning, sustained at 20 to 35. And the wind gusts over the last 4 hours, gusting up to near 40, up to near 54 miles per hour was the highest that we saw there in Denton. Wind gusts of 41 miles per hour to 48 in McKinney. So very strong winds. You can see it through the remainder of the night into the early morning hours. The First Alert wind gust forecast showing you winds dying down a bit more after 2 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be seeing those winds really die down. And by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, Jeff, we have sunshine back in the forecast and a pretty nice day. I think we'll wake up in the morning with those winds still a little gusty. I mean, not severe, but you'll notice the winds in the morning. But temperatures getting up into the mid-70s because we're having nothing but sunshine in store for us. So we're going to start the work week with some lovely spring weather as we close the month of February. Which last day will end on an 80-degree day. We'll notice some clouds coming in on Tuesday, and we have these rain chances showing up on Wednesday. So I need to already talk to you about maybe the next First Alert event that's ahead of us later on this week. It's not going to be Wednesday. Wednesday's just going to be some morning rain around. So I've stopped it here around 10 in the morning, 9:45, and you can see there's a batch of rain along the 2035 corridor, the 2035 area in the Metroplex. Here's 20 and everything off to the east. Looks like most of the rain there off to the south of there. But as it moves to the east, you can see rather quickly out of here. Then the next system comes in. This is the very next day. This is Thursday afternoon and into the evening. And one of the things we watch for is when a low-pressure system moves right overhead, especially if it's just slightly north of us. This is going to be some unsettled weather on Thursday. This has the potential to be a round of severe weather. Notice the snow going on in the panhandle in the forecast model here. The First Alert Futurecast shows there's some snow and ice into the panhandle of Texas. So that just shows you this is a front that has some
cold air behind it, unlike the one that's been coming through here tonight. We're going to watch this. The First Alert Weather Team will be talking about this the next couple of days. Scott and I were in discussion about this already here across the course of the evening, and we just felt with the First Alert already in place for this evening, we wouldn't call another one just on its heels, but it looks like by tomorrow we'll have a serious discussion about what we're going to do about Thursday, because Thursday we have this severe weather threat. Now, as we fall into the evening, it should leave off to the east, but this is cold air. We won't get the winter precip. We might get something fall from the sky that could be one or two things of like grapple or something in the nighttime hours, but that's that slight risk of severe weather for us on the day of Thursday. Notice it does include the Metroplex with an enhanced risk further off to the east. 7-day forecast. Let's welcome in March, shall we, with some March rain. We have those chance of thunderstorms on Thursday at 50% now, and notice those strong winds on Thursday turning to the northwest behind the front. And that's how we'll spend Friday, with temperatures almost 20 degrees colder and overnight lows starting Friday morning in the 30s, above freezing. We don't have any freezes in the 10-day forecast, but you can see we start into the 30s on Saturday as well. As we go into the weekend, we'll have temperatures in the 60s, about where they would be this time of year, low 60s, and then above normal temperatures on Sunday. So the weekend looking pretty good after a chilly start Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us here on the stream. The First Alert Weather Team has been with you throughout the evening hours, watching this line of thunderstorms coming in. No warnings, no watches out. Of course, you can follow us on the stream at CBS News Texas. Get updates on our website. That's cbstexas.com. And we do appreciate you allowing us to be your First Alert Weather Team.